for a few years. It has helped give you a better perspective. We've been told, I've been told that the show now, of course none of you would have seen the original show. Did any of you ever see the original concert? No, wait. The original concert. Yes, yes you did, that's right. You did? You saw the original concert? Hands up who saw the original concert turned 66. God, isn't that amazing? Isn't it? That was quite different for those of you who weren't there. We played much more like a kind of a classic rock and roll group. I played the drums through the entire show. And it was all right. I nearly did it this time, actually. I rehearsed all the songs before the tour, and during the rehearsals, the first rehearsals, I started playing the drums on all the songs, but I don't know, everybody just thought it wasn't such a good idea because I sang so many of the leads that it was just a bit boring sitting there behind the drums for Clarksville Believer and Pleasant Valley Sunday and, you know, all those tunes. So they said, that it was suggested that I come downstage and sing them up front, and I hope it was a good idea. I don't know. Did Mike really punch a wall? Yes, he did. Do you want to hear the story? It's not really that interesting. It was a business meeting with a bunch of executives from the record company, and is at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And it was a very heated discussion about songs and about the contracts and a lot of stuff. And somebody threatened Mike with, you know, he had to fulfill the obligations of his contract or something. And he just lost his temper and he put his fist through the wall of the Beverly Hills Hotel, which isn't difficult to do because it's just stucco, you know. It looks very nice, but it's just plaster. And he said, quote, "That could have been your face, mother." I thought it was a great line. How do you stay so energetic during going down? I don't, believe me. I mean, after I do that song every night, I'm a basket case. At the Philly convention, you said you lived next door to Danny Hutton of Three Dog Night in Laurel Canyon. Street did you live on? I lived on Horseshoe Canyon, and he lived on Lookout Mountain. Danny Hutton of Three Dog Night. Can you practice that? Oh, thank you. I feel like I've just done going down. Micky, would you ever consider performing at my sister's wedding next October if we charge admission and give you all the profits? We love you, Stacey. No problem, Stacey. We do bar mitzvahs. I'm doing a funeral after the show today. Right after here, I go to a wedding and a birthday party and Dwarty. Micky, is there any record or album with a song Ryu Ryu Shio on it? I don't even remember that song. How did that go? Who knows it? Somebody come up here and remind me. Did you know it? Come here. Come on. Come on, somebody. Get a couple of you up here because I don't remember that song. Step over there, yeah. Careful, don't let her go down. I think we got enough now. Okay, go ahead. 1, 3, here we go. Oh, yeah. La quiso mover, vestido poderoso la supo defender, quísole hacer que no pudiese pecar, y al original no tuve, Ryu Ryu Shiyu la guardaribera, Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cólera, Ryu Ryu Shiyu la guardaribera, Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cólera. Yeah! done that a long time. An insult to James Cagney. I don't do it very well. He just asked if they're going to release any Circus Boy tapes. I don't have any idea. I don't know if those shows still exist. I'd love it. Maybe if they colorized them, you know. No, I have like two. That's about all. I'm afraid. I wish I knew. Micky, how's the progress coming from your Monkee movie? Oh, we already mentioned that. Will you be able to keep the Monkees name? Well, the Monkees name, of course, as you know, is owned by Columbia, you know, on TV, and no, and they, I suspect there's a question in here about the new Monkees. Oh, no. Anyway, ours is not to reason why. No. Our official, you know, response to that has been, quite honestly, we don't understand why they're doing it. They haven't told us why. It seems to me that it's just been unnecessary. They have the originals. We're all willing and able, and so that's all I know. That's all I know. But I wish anybody that's gone out for it, anybody that's gone to the auditions or anything, I wish you the best of luck.
Right.
Micky, why such a hiatus from touring? Voice and Heart last time you toured, right? Yeah. That's funny. It says the new Monkees with a finger. What? What? I can't hear. I can't understand what you're saying. Scooby-Doo? No, I worked on that show. I wasn't the voice of Scooby-Doo. No, I worked on the show. I don't remember the character that I did. That was a long time ago, before you were born. Oh, and P.S., the voice is still there. Why, thank you. The reason for the hiatus is quite simply that I went to England after the tour, and I got a job there directing for the BBC, based upon my film, The Frodo's Caper, that I brought that over to England, and I showed it to the BBC, and they went, bleh, no, and they gave me a job directing a drama, and as that's what I wanted to do at the time, and still do, direct, I decided to stay. Oh, it's gone cool all of a sudden. How'd that happen? And I decided to stay and keep directing, and that's essentially how that happened. I heard you were a James Brown freak, and you idolized him. Is this true? If so, please explain. Is this where my favorite song, Going Down, came from? Well, I wasn't a James Brown freak, but I did respect him tremendously, and I also, of course, at that time, everybody was, he was real hot, and still is, let's face it. And so, needless to say, you know, performers like that do affect you, and you do notice what everybody else is doing. I've never tried to imitate anybody. On the original tour, I did kind of a takeoff on James Brown. It was like an impression on, no, it was actually, I got a woman. I got a woman. And Going Down actually was just a track that we did in the studio, and then had some lyrics written by Diane Hildebrand, who wrote the lyrics to it. And actually, when we went into the studio, we'd done the track, and she came back with these lyrics, and I said, I don't understand this, you know, because the track's going like this. And I'm going, floating down the river with the sun. And she said, no, no, no. It goes like, floating down the river with the saturated living. I said, oh my God. And I can't read that one. Would it be at all possible to play Saturday's Child and Star Collector, the concert? Well, I tell you, The problem is, the problem was, when you were rehearsing, was what not to do. I mean, it was just a nightmare, because after we worked up all the obvious ones, which are like 8 or 10, you know, of the real major hits, then it became just a toss-up, you know, which ones to do. I mean, and we tried a lot of different ones, and some songs that work well in recording don't necessarily work great on stage. And so what we chose to do was go with the songs that worked great on stage, and I hope we made the right choice. I don't know. Micky, what was the first thing you ran out to buy when you got your first royalty check? A lawyer. To find out why I was so small. I just want to introduce something to you, somebody to you now, actually. I got to introduce one of my oldest and dearest friends, Mr. Henry Dilts. Come here, Henry. Come on. Yeah, I think you all know him. Photographer extraordinaire. Henry is responsible, I don't know if you know it or not, but Henry is responsible for about 90% of every photograph you've ever seen of the Monkees. Dear Micky, I like your smile. Can I have it? Sure. Dear Micky, we talked to your mom this morning, and she said that Coco's due any minute. My sister Coco's having a baby any minute. Congratulations, we love you very much. Thank you very much. Janet, Shelley, and Stacy, rooms 22. Oh. Well, you know more than I do. I haven't talked to them since yesterday. Yeah, she's due any minute. She looks like a beached whale. She's great. She's in very good shape. She's been doing your little pregnant aerobics, or aerobics, no? She's doing very well. Micky, you guys do every concert with so much enthusiasm, you must be sick and tired of the Golden Oldies. We all enjoy the reunion rehash concert, but there is a great interest in new material. What's yet to come, and how long do you guys plan on sticking together this time around? Scott. Well, first of all, we don't have to pretend we're enthusiastic. I mean, when you get the kind of reaction that we've been getting, it's real easy to be excited. I mean, and that's all thanks to you. You know, when you go out there and everybody's so incredibly excited, you know, you can hardly just stand there and run through it. I'm having more fun singing these tunes now than I did back then at times, because the reaction is so genuine and enthusiastic, and so that it isn't difficult at all. Believe me, it's like somebody throwing your birthday party every night. You can't do anything wrong, you know. I mean, you just stand up there and chew gum and belch at the same time, and then laugh. So that's easy. I'm not sick and tired of that at all. On the other hand, yeah, there is a great interest in new material. As you know, that was in This Is Now, went to like top 20. And I think I can be safe in saying that there's a good chance that the new release, which will be out in about 2 weeks. I can't promise this because I probably shouldn't even be saying anything, but this is a secret. The new release is written by Mr. Bobby Hart. Where's Bobby? And we don't know yet. I must be honest. You know, we've recorded a few things, and the record company is going crazy trying to get it all organized. But there's, as I say, there's a good chance. Anyway, that was in This Is Now, did quite well, as you know. And there is a definite plan to keep recording. There's also plans to stick together for as long as it remains enthusiastic. And, you know, none of us are going to look a gift monkey in the mouth. Micky, why is Sometime in the Morning special to you? Well, it just simply, Bobby Neely from Sarasota, Florida, just simply because it's a great song. I mean, it's Carole King, you know. She didn't write many tough tunes. Yeah, it's just a very, very good song. How did the movie Head get its name? Good question. I don't know. It just sounded like a good idea at the time, I guess. I still don't know what the movie's about. I haven't figured it out yet. If you know, you can tell me. This is blank. It's an invisible question. Did you ever get into Disneyland? Yeah. This is from Sherry Lucas, Mount Carroll, Illinois. Has Trina helped you in any way during your career? Wow. Yes, and she's been absolutely... Trina is my wife, by the way, for those of you that don't know. And actually, I want to get her up here. Get Trina up here. What? Oh, she went downstairs? Oh, excuse me. I'll get her back. When she shows up again, you get her back up. In the meantime, there's somebody I want you to introduce you to. Marilyn Schlossberg. Come here, Marilyn. Marilyn was like associate producer of the original series. She did all the hard work. Marilyn Schlossberg. Oh, Jerry, come up here. Jerry Shepard, who was the editor of The Monkee Show. He's the one that made it all happen in the old editing. Now, Jerry Shepard. Is Gene around, by the way? Where's Gene? Is Gene still here? Gene Ashman. Where did he go? Where did Gene go? Okay, I'll introduce Gene when he comes back, okay? Okay. Stanley's here. Oh, Stanley, hi, come up. Stanley Ralph Ross, who used to write some of the shows. He wrote some of the best episodes we ever did. If I start that, it'll never end. How did the Monkees decline in popularity in '69 and '70 and the few lean years afterward affect you? And was it hard to keep your self-confidence as an artist intact? Sherry Bale. No, that's a very good question. Every show, every act, everything you do in life, any kind of business or endeavor or whatever, has a natural half-life. It's like a curve that goes like that. Every act does that. You can't keep something going on forever and ever. You don't have the energy, and it's just not the way things work. If you think about every show, every singer, every act, every thing in the business, it always has a kind of a peak. And just like the Monkees, and so we peaked in about '68. And we decided to get out while we were on top rather than flog a dead horse, as they say. And I think that was a wise decision, rather than trying to drag it out and pump it and beat people over the head with it. And I think that's one of the reasons maybe why we've come back now, 20 years later, because we didn't milk it dry back in those days, and neither will we this time. I mean, as I say, as long as it remains genuine and enthusiastic, we'll stick with it. But we're not going to, beat everybody over the head with it. And as far as keeping your self-confidence as an artist, it is very difficult. And it's a cliche in Hollywood about people that have had a tremendous success, and then the success wanes, like all must, and how they react and deal with that. I was fortunate in that after Circus Boy, when I was like 12 years old, I went through that. And when you're a kid, it's not so bad. You're very resilient. You don't even notice. And one day I was Circus Boy, the next day I was playing baseball at school. And you come back very quickly, and there wasn't a problem. And I think that helped me after the Monkees, because I guess I expected what was going to happen. I knew it was going to come, and I just rode with it. And you just ride it out. It's like coming on the downside of the roller coaster, which is actually the most fun. And that's what I did. After the Monkees, I had a lot of fun. Oh, yes, I certainly will. There's absolutely no smoking in this tent. A, because of a fire hazard, I'm sure, and B, because it's a disgusting habit. And C, I'm allergic to it, and I'll have to start coughing and sneezing and leave. Oh, I want you to introduce you to my wife, Trina. Get her up here. There was a question, Trina, about if you've been very valuable. Come here. If you've been very valuable to me in my career, and I can't tell you how much. She does all of our business. She does all of of my career work, all of my professional work. She handles and our family. And she's handling my tour management. She does all the work for me on tour, so she is an absolute invaluable help to me. Big hand for Trina. Sing a song.
But I don't like being on stage.
But she doesn't like being on stage. She can't stand it. Do a tune. Oh, there we go. Where's Lynn? Lynn Lester? Where is he here? Oh, there. Hey, Lynn. How are you? Lynn Lester was in a couple of our episodes. It was Ghost Town and... Oh, Gary, you know. Monkees in Texas, that's right. Lynn Lester. How you doing? All right. Nice to see you. Please stand up. They all want to see you, Lynn. Come on. Get up. There he is. All right. I must tell you, I can't tell you how important it is when you're doing a television show or a movie to have it cast well with all the supporting parts. And of course, we worked very hard, and the writers worked very hard, but if it wasn't for guys like Lynn, incredibly wonderful, talented actors, character actors, and stuff like that, a show like The Monkees would never have been a success. What is the one thing you treasure most? Evelyn? Is it Evelyn? Gusman and Donna? Can't read the writing. I suppose that has to be my children. Well, Amy's here in L.A. Somebody asked, where are they, the children? Amy's here in L.A. Of course, she's working as an actress. Oh, Daddy, I just have so many interviews. I don't know if I can see you today. And my three new ones, as it were, Charlotte, Emily, and Georgia, are in England. They were out on tour for a while, for quite a while, actually, a couple of months. And they loved it. They had a great time. And after a while, you know how most kids play hospital or they play nurses? They were playing hotel. Why isn't my room ready? Room service? Please send up, this television's broken. She says, am I going to keep trying? Who asked that? You didn't. Are you going to keep trying for a boy? Yeah, we keep trying. Micky, if you were president of the U.S. for a day... No, thanks. A king, maybe, yes. Emperor, possibly. Lord, maybe, but not president. That's a shitty job. If you were president of the U.S. for a day, what would you do or change? Oh, God, I don't know. I think it would probably be anti-gun laws. What do you think of the impact of monkey mania? Well, needless to say, we're all very, very pleasantly surprised. It all happened, very quickly and spontaneously. When we decided to do this tour at the end of last summer, it was that long ago. Of course, we had no idea what the reaction was going to be. We suspected that our original fans would be there for nostalgic reasons. Yep. And then you know, we didn't know what else. We had no idea. And then, of course, MTV ran the show, which we are eternally indebted to and very grateful. But on the other hand, you can't decry the fact that songs have stood up over the years because of very good writers, you know, Carole King, Neil Diamond, you know all that better than I do. And that's why I think the songs stood up. The television shows stand up, I think, because of the writing, because of people like Len, because of us, because of the producers, because of Marilyn, because of Jerry Shepard, who was and is probably the most innovative editor in Hollywood. And it has a lot to do with a lot of things. You know, there isn't a formula. No one has a formula in this business, and anybody that says they do is just full of, you know what I mean? You just get out there and you take your chances, and sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't, and no one knows why. And fortunately, we did. Oh, Dave. Let me introduce you to a couple more people. Another writer on the show wrote to the Frotoscaper with me, actually, Dave Evans. Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. Gene, come up here, Gene. And Gene Ashman, head of wardrobe, man that invented the monkey shirt. Gene? Winton! Come up, Winton. I see you over there. Don't try to hide. Where? Where's Bill? Bill! My God! Oh, come on up. Bill Lewis, drummer of the Candy Store Prophets. Come on up, Bill. And Winton Teal, who was the sound man on the original tour, had made it all happen. The Beatles got their sound ideas from him. Bill Lewis, how are you? How good to see you. Nice to see you. These are the people that make it all happen, believe me. Great work. God, it's great to see all these people, I can't tell you. Like I say, you know, it's a lot more than meets the eye doing a television show or a movie, believe me. Where's Jack Williams? I don't know. He was a lovely man. Is he in Miami? Miami? Miami Price. What did... David knows, he's known as David Price. Mickey, this is from Micky Jorgensen. Ah, same spelling. What is the origin of the chant used in the Frotoscaper? Is that Nam Myoho Renge Kyo? Henry, you ought to know that. Do you know where that's from? Is it Buddhist? It's Buddhist. I don't know, I probably heard it from Henry. In fact, I'm sure I did. If you want to know where that came from, it was probably Henry up in Laurel Canyon in '66. Henry! 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 There's a photo session! It's not this, by the way, anymore. It's that because of inflation. Can I have the shirt off your back, please? You're going to have some sweat. I'm going to export it. Well, Micky, my love, we auditioned for Putting on the Hits, doing the Monkees. That would be you. We brought pictures of our audition. Would you please sign it? I'd love to see that. Amy was a judge on that show, actually. I just remember now. Micky, what was your worst mess up on a show? Oh, was those them? Oh, how cool. Great. Not right now. I'll do those after the show. Yeah. After the show. I'm going. Actually, the worst mess ups on the show were the things we used, like Save the Texas Prairie Chicken. That was a classic mess-up. I mean, that was where Mike and I could not do the scene. And it's guys like Jerry Shepard, who said, geez, you know, this is what we should be using, you know. And that's how the Monkees, I think that's one of the reasons that the show was so successful, is because we all had the balls, as it were, to take a chance. And and Bob Rafelson and Bert Schneider, who had the foresight and the insight to know when something was different and good and spontaneous and improvisational. And instead of going with the obvious and the standard and the cliche, go with things like Save the Texas Fried Chicken, and when we forget our lines and pick up a script, or when we'd ad lib. And that's one of the reasons I think the show stands up. I can't understand this actually because it's torn off. Micky, okay, the character, are you the character you portrayed in the show? Seems to make a lot of people smile and think that's the way you are in real person. Oh, I have a feeling, Kathy, if I may translate this. You're asking, is the character that I was on the show the same character that I am normally? Well, I mean, to a degree. We were playing a part. I was playing the part of Micky the Monkey, the drummer on the show. But on the other hand, it's fairly close to my own personality. They were looking for personalities, not just actors that they just shoved into a part. They were looking for people that had a variety of talents and that were actors. That's why we used our real names. We didn't have character names because we were essentially ourselves. Peter was the one that had the yeah, Peter. All right. Peter's the one that had the most work to do in that sense, because the character that he portrayed is quite different from his real persona. Peter, in real life, Peter is a real dummy. No. No, Peter is very, very intelligent, very quiet, quite shy. And so he had a lot of work to do. I've always respected him tremendously for that. He had a very difficult job. Can we keep it down over there, please? Peter had a very difficult job. He had a lot of work because he had to constantly work on this character, a very difficult character. And it's gone deathly quiet, hasn't it? Sorry? Oh boy, I knew this was going to happen. Gary, come and answer this question for me. Ask him, he knows more about it than I do. What was the line I said in Lord and the Manor after both Davey and the other guy sang the song? She wants to know what the line is. So what? Yeah. I'll quote the question verbatim. This is her words. When you went on the stage in Hawaii for the first time, were you scared shitless? I suppose so. I don't remember. I mean, it was fairly intense. Yeah, I suppose it was. We were very, pretty tense. But I do remember the reaction when we walked out on stage. It took everybody by quite a lot of surprise, and I just remember getting through it somehow. It was a cacophony of sound, and I don't recall exactly what happened, before or after. But it was pretty exciting. Micky, this will be the last question. I got to get going. We got to get. No, sorry, I got a show tonight, Micky, how do your daughters feel about having thousands and thousands of teenagers, including me, fall in love with their dad and having a superstar father? Love is the ultimate trick. Well, it's funny. The little ones you know, are really in awe. They don't understand what's going on. My 5-year-old says before the show, "Break your leg, Daddy." And Amy saw the show for the first time last night, and she came after the show and she said, "I'm so proud of you. I didn't know you could do that." Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Micky Dolenz, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get everybody up on stage with some pictures all at once. Come on, all of the people who were up here before. Would you come back up, please? Come on, guys.
Let's get a big picture here of everybody. Can't we, for me? I would love to have this. Come on, everybody. Henry, come on. Come on, Bill. Winton, come on. This is great. This is a real old cast photo here. Hey, Rodney. Where's Rodney? Hey, Rodney! Rodney, how do you spell monkeys? Good. Where's Stu? Stu Phillips did all the background music for the Monkees shows. All right, somebody out there taking a picture there? I mean, somebody's gonna get me one.
Micky Dolenz, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Micky. Okay, everybody stay in your seats, please. Micky has to leave. He's got a very tight schedule, and he asked everybody to please cooperate. Wave goodbye from where you are. He'll be leaving the tent shortly. And right now, in just a few minutes, we're going to bring up the fabulous characters. So everybody stay put. Don't anybody go anywhere, because they're going to be on stage in just a few minutes. Wave goodbye to Micky and stay in your seats, please. I'm trying to remember some of these lyrics. Society, using all the tricks that you used on me. Magazines, causing public scene. I'm not looking for.
We're going to have a lot set up for you guys today. And it's going to be really exciting with Davey here. I know I'm really excited because in Philadelphia I got to give him a rose and he kissed me right here. Almost got a divorce over it, but you know, ZZ Top is home with the dogs. Lively.
Okay. Okay, just relax, okay? First of all, we're going to do this nice and calmly and show Davey that we really, really care, and just relax. We take great pains to arrange this. And now I give it to Ronnie Bingenheimer.
How's it going so far? Is everybody seated? Comfortable right now? We have a very special surprise. A gentleman that gave me my first start in TV, you know, I get my first job professionally. I'd like to bring him up. Ladies and gentlemen, Davy Jones.
Now. Did any of you saw the show? Anybody? Rodney introduced us the other night. Did you hear his introduction? Just, give me an M. Give me an O. Give me an N. Give me an E. Give me an S. Give me an S. Give me a dictionary. No, really. It was funny at the time, but Rodney, yeah, he was right. It was like me, he had trouble reaching the microphone. So it was funny. So you all doing all right? Great tent you've got here. So, I hope that everybody's going to come, or will have seen our show by the time we leave here. If not, we'll probably see you next year. I was handed this, I thought it was a summons at first, or a bill. I should answer some of these questions, I think. But, I have today here with me, I have some of my friends are here today. A lot of my friends. I've got my 3 daughters, Talia, Sarah, and Jessica. I thought it was safer to bring them here than to let them go into Bullock's or one of those stores, something like that. And I got my lovely wife, Anita, she's here. And I've got my former wife, Linda, she's here too. They're all here. They keep me in tow, you know what I mean? They boss me around, so I came here for a bit of relief, so, all right. I'll answer some of these questions. I think that's best to do, innit? David, during your screen test of the Monkees, the one that was aired, you seemed quite nervous, were you? Yes, I was. Okay. I'm president of your Fillmore Junior High fan club, and I promise that when you sing at my prom, Marsha Brady. Was Thank You Girl, the Brady Bunch, ever released anywhere? I think that was Arista Records, I'm not quite sure. They're a bit slow on the uptake. Let's see what happens. My darling Dave, what was it like working on the Brady Bunch? My goodness, it's fabulous. Well, you released Incredible as a single, the song you play for us, and Philip. I've recorded a couple of songs. As you know, Micky and Peter recorded a couple of songs that went on the old album. That was Then, This Is Now. And And thanks to you, you've made it a hit for them. And I hope also to be going into the studio and cutting an album. I've cut 3 songs. That was, no, that was not it. I recorded Incredible and I'll Be After Your Heart and Make the Woman Love Me. And hopefully they'll be out pretty soon. We're trying to sort out a release date, and so if you'll buy it when it comes out, I'll appreciate it. I saw your performance in pantomime, Jack and the Beanstalk, in Liverpool, 1980. Do you enjoy pantomime as opposed to regular theatre? Do you have any plans to do any more pantomimes in the future? I was just talking to Micky, and we've made a date for 30 years from now. We're going to get together and we're going to do the Sunshine Boys. Do you remember that? I told a couple of stories at the Philly convention. I'm sure. But for those of you that weren't there, pantomime is sort of like Christmas children's theatre. And what we do is we take a classic fairy tale like Jack and the Beanstalk or Cinderella or one of those things, and they make it into a sort of like a musical for kids and for families. It's a time at Christmas when everybody can go and share a sort of a family show. And it's interesting the kind of people you work with. And I work with this one girl, and as an actor, it's very hard to get people to play off. Micky Dolenz, Peter Tork, and Mike Nesmith, we all fitted and we all played off each other. But there was this one girl that I appeared with in this last show, and I'll tell the story again, because to me it was quite funny. She says, the thing was, when you looked at her, when you look at an actor or an actress, you expect them to look in your eyes. Well, sometimes they don't. They sort of look at your shoulder or something like that. And so I was delivering this particular line to her. I was playing the part of the prince, and I had these tights on, you know, and this little... sort of walking like this the whole show, you know. But I came in disguise to the party, and I said to the girl, "Isn't it a wonderful night? The night was made for dancing. Let's dance the night away." And she would say, "But my father would be furious if he knew we were together." I said, "Never mind." But every time I was talking to her and she'd deliver a line, she'd look at my shoulder, and I'd be going. You know, when people talk to you and they don't look you in the eyes. So I thought, I'll get her attention. So after about 2 weeks of her not looking in my eyes, I got this red nose, you know, like a clown's nose. And I walked on and said, "Isn't this a wonderful evening? The night was made for dancing. Let's dance the night away." She said, "My father would be furious if he knew we were together." And I'm going, hello? Nothing. Well, all the rest of the company behind me, they're laughing away. They think it's really funny. So the next night, I thought, I'm not going to stop here. I got one of these old man's masks, you know, and I put it on, and I walked on like this, like this. So I said, "Isn't this a wonderful evening? The night was made for dancing. Let's dance the night away." She said, "Oh, Colin, my father would be furious if he knew we were together." I went, "The mask." Nothing. I could not get a reaction, so I thought, what am I going to do? I know. I went down to the sporting shop and I bought a wetsuit with flippers and a snorkel, the whole thing. And I had these long boots on. I put the flippers on top of the boots and I walk on the stage like this, and the things are on. And I said, "Hello, isn't this..." And it's breathing in my back. I said, "Isn't this a wonderful night? The night was made for dancing. Let's dance the night away." She said, "But my father would be furious if he knew we were together." And she didn't even know that I had this snorkel, the wetsuit, the whole thing. I thought, my God, what do I do? The end of the story is that at half-time, the curtain goes down, and I go like this. The cast are laughing and think it's very funny. But the mayor of Swansea in Wales, this is where the place was. They say the Irish are dumb, but the Welsh are even dumber. So I can say that because I'm a fellow Welsher. But the deal would be, he's up. The producer of the show is up there in the bar at half-time with the mayor of Swansea, and the mayor of Swansea said to the producer, "They must get very warm in the ballroom scene, especially the boy in the wetsuit." You know? So that was the story. Anyway. I hope to do lots more theatre. Micky and Peter and I. There was talk. The guy that owns a couple of theatres around the country that we've played. He has asked us if we would be interested in doing a show. And there is an old show. I think it's called Hell's a Poppin'. He said he'd like us to do that on Broadway. So who knows? Is somebody standing on her foot over there? Will your book be coming out soon? Yes, it's called They Made a Monkey Out of Me. the names have been changed to protect the guilty. So that's about it. It's not a bad book. It's all about me, but it's all right. Was the Monkees mobile stick on the automatic? Was the monkey mobile stick or automatic? It was automatic. How did Jessie celebrate her birthday? Oh, she went shopping. Yes. Was there a certain actor that you patterned your career after? Not really. I sort of, yes, it was, what's his name? Richard Roundtree, yes. No, not particularly. No, there's lots of great actors around. I think show business and acting, you've got to have a lot of luck, you know? You've got to have a bit of talent, a lot of luck. And so you never even stop to think about any of that. It's just when you get a little bit older, and when I get a little bit older, I'll start thinking about those kind of things. How do you feel about David Letterman? I don't understand that. Are you planning to do any more theatre in London? Yeah, hopefully. I just finished doing Godspell, which was a great experience. I played the part of Jesus. It was fabulous. It was tough. It was a tough part. It was a tough part. Got crucified twice a night, and thank you. She likes my hair. Yeah. My hair, right? I thought, because people say to me, I got a couple of grey hairs because, not because of my wives and daughters or nothing like that, but just because of my age. And so I bleached it out. I'm getting hairs all over now, actually. I'm shaving. I've got hairs on my chest and actually, I have one hair on my chest, and every time the wind blows, it cracks like a whip. It's amazing. I'm kissing girls. Oh, it's fabulous. What else have we got here? Let me see. If you were only 4 monkeys knew who wrote the Monkey Men... If there were only 4 monkey men, who wrote the Monkey Men manual? I don't understand that. Oops. Davey, who are your favorite all-time recording artists? Well, Micky Dolenz, Mike Nesmith, and Peter Tork. Dead easy, that one. Is there going to be a 20th anniversary Monkey tape concert? Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, that's interesting. You know, the thing is that the guys have been in the studio. I'm going to go in the studio. It would be nice if we could get together on a new album. Obviously, we've got some great songwriters that we know. And that could be fun. I look forward to going in the studio to make a new album. It would be great to have a video that we could all have at home of the concert tour. Whether it's going to happen, I don't know whether or not. Maybe, you know, if enough people talked about it, maybe one of the companies will pick up on it. We're in the movie capital of the world, so maybe, you know, somebody will come along and make us famous. Who knows? How do you get to sing lead on Jan Berry's single, Still of the Night? Yeah, Jan Berry, Jan and Dean, yeah, there he is, old Jan, my friend. Come up here, buddy. Jan and I have been friends for a long time, all right? Yeah, we've been buddies a long time. And because he told me we were just gonna go in the studio, fool around for a while, but he put a couple of records out. Actually, Jan just gave me a great new album, Jan and Dean, and he's touring also. I was hoping they'd join us on this tour, but they asked for too much money, so...
Well, this new sort of album,
we're going to take a break for a commercial now.
Then the cassette, at first I tried to have in 20 years, and so finally did it.
All right.
After I had an accident.
Well, I'll buy it, yeah. All right.
New song, too.
And a new song. All right, all right. Go. Fabulous. I must say, when I first came to Hollywood in 1965, I went along Sunset Boulevard, or Santa Monica Boulevard, and I was with this guy, and we were driving along in the limo. I said, let me see the stars. And the first person I ever saw in Hollywood that I knew and recognized was Jan Berry. And So he's always taken a special place in my heart and always will. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Do you like your fans? If so, what kind of relationship do you like to have with them? Very intimate, of course. Did you release any songs with Charlie Smalls? Charlie Smalls was on the show. We were doing these things at the end of, yeah. He wrote The Wiz, obviously. He wrote all the songs. And everyone said, when I used to say about Charlie Smalls, and they said, the Black Wizard of Oz, it'd never work, you know? But it did work, and, you know, he did a great thing, you know? He had some good hit songs from that. How do you feel like when you listen to Monkees albums or watch the programs? It's real funny, you know? Micky always says that he always felt better behind the camera. Obviously, he's a real good comedian. I look at my things that I did with the Monkees, and I know that I can grow from there, and I can learn a lot from what I did. And that's why I like to look at the old performances. I thought it was pretty good fun, and it's good to see it's out there again. It's great to know that we've got the people that enjoyed us the first time around are watching it once again. It's great to know that we have some people that work with us on the shows. I still have a big picture on my wall of all the cast and all the crew of the Monkees crew and all the people that worked behind the scenes. There are some people here today, I'm sure you've met a few of them, people like Gene Ashman, Marilyn LaSalandra, we used to call her Schlossberg, and there's another guy over here. He got thrown out last night of our Monkees show because he was up there causing trouble. Mark, come up here, come on. This, you know Mark from Flo and Eddie from the Turtles, all right. Doesn't he look well? Oh.
Your wife and I almost got thrown out.
They got thrown out together, yeah. So, these people here, you know, I'm sure they supported the tour last year when they did the Happy Together tour. Right. But, so, let me ask you this. What's happening? Are you going to do us next year? Are you going to go out and do...
Yeah, we have a package, Happy Together tour going next year, and we hope to keep it going. What, do you want to sing with us? Davey's not going to tell you. Anybody ever see Davy Jones at Knott's Berry Farm? When he played out at Knott's Berry Farm? I was Davy Jones's saxophone player. All right, that was one of my histories. And your children are beautiful, and they, I can't believe it. And your first wife, the fact she still talks to you is unbelievable. Okay?
All right, thanks. All right, man.
This is looking for royalty.
All right, well, you know, I got to introduce all my friends to the stars, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'll be up here on my own. Let me see, what else have we got here? Let me see. Yeah. Since Columbia Pictures owns the name The Monkees, what name would you use if you decided to tour again? Monkees, perhaps. I don't know. Any suggestions? I mean, I think the way I feel about all that, I don't know whether you care about any of that. I think the Monkees are Mike Nesmith, Micky Dolenz, Peter Talk, and Davy Jones, you know. I think that the protection that they're trying to have about that is that, I think it's that logo, you know, the Monkees, the guitar logo. But we are the Monkees, and as far as, say, the new Monkees that they're talking about, it's a fabulous idea. But it's something that they'd have to develop, and obviously, whoever gets the parts, you know, I hope they get good lawyers and make sure popular belief might have it that we are very angry about new Monkees, or we're angry about our careers. We have done very well, you know, with the support of all the people over the years. We couldn't have done better, and we're very happy to be in the position we're in. And hopefully, if they do a new show, which would be fabulous, you know, what a compliment to us that they're doing another show, you know, and sort of basing it on what we had before, and that's the way I feel about that. So. What do you think about all the people who came so far to see you? We came from Rhode Island. Thanks very much, it's great. I'm glad you're here. You know, I wish I could spend a lot of time. Actually, we've got to go pretty soon off to the Greek Theatre because we're going to have to do a quick rehearsal because I think we're going to have a special guest out there. I don't know. Henry Diltz, I think it might be him. He's going to come up and play a few tunes. So. Mark and Howie, they may come up. I don't know who it could be. I'm not sure. All right. Okay, let me see. Hi, I've heard that one of the Monkees went out with Sally Field. Is that true? I don't know who that could have been. No, certainly. Sally Field, well, she's lovely, isn't she? She's great. Would you, Peter, Micky, host Saturday Night Live? What a great idea. We could bring some humor back to Saturday Night Live. Sonny Bono is going to run the city council next year. Do your old office in town where you live? No. I hold court at the local pub quite frequently, I must say. Touch of the old. That's Sonny Bono, huh? My goodness. Well, you know, if you can't make it in the business, you go into politics. Let me see what's going on here. Which hand did a magnetism when you find crack exploded in it? I don't understand that either. Fantastic. What kind of antique cars do you own? How did you get started on collecting them? I have one little car, and it's not an antique, if you don't mind. It's my one and only car, and it's a Morris Minor, and I'm very proud of it. It's a 1967. It was a great year, you know, what can I tell you? Okay, let's see. Do you still train, ride your racehorses, and do you just breed them? I bred my first horse last year. It was, well, you know, I've got 3 daughters, and I must admit that I would like to have a son one day, you know, but my wife says that she's had enough with children, you know what I mean? We've got enough going on there. In fact, she's got a new birth control pill. It weighs 1,000 pounds. She puts it up against the door and I can't get in, you know what I mean? But who knows? I love horses. I have a jockey's license. I ride in England all the time. It's fabulous. It is so exciting, you know? It's fabulous. Hi, Mark. All right. Hey, Mark Clark, our bass player back there. All the way from Liverpool, you know. It's craziness. John, George, Paul, and Ringo. Where is Mr. Schneider now? Which dummy are you talking about? Mr. Schneider? Oh, yeah, I know. He is somewhere, I don't know. I think he's somewhere in a prop department. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? Really. Get him out. What? Oh, yeah. How, where, and when did Anita meet you? Oh. I met her, a friend of mine, a piano player, Alan Green, who writes some great music. He introduced us, he brought us to my house, and I thought, oh, what a nice girl. And so we had started to talk, and I thought maybe I just got back and I was sitting there in my bathrobe and my cowboy hat, as I normally do at home. I gave her, because there was friends and relatives around, and I was giving them a little present. You know when you go on holiday and you come back and you give them the hotel towels and things like that? Well, I was giving them all these presents, and I gave her this little bag, you know, a little sort of wash bag, and she said, oh, how ordinary. I thought, very nice, you know. I was making a heavy move on this girl, you know. I said, oh, how ordinary. But I didn't realize it was a joke, so I said to her, well, I'll never give you anything again, baby, you know. I really got, you know, I got the hump, so I thought, my goodness. So after a little while, I forget what happened, I did something stupid, like I threw a glass of water on her for attention or something like that. And she went off to the kitchen and she got a bag of flour and she pretended she was crying. She went, and also she went pop on my head. All over my cowboy hat, so I thought, oh, right, you want to start that? In the fridge I went. I opened the yogurt and went, like that. And what we had, would you be called, I think you could best explain it as it was what you call a food debate. And it came out at, see you, Mark. All right, mate. Bye-bye. So, it was a food debate, and the whole house was covered with food. There was nothing to eat. We had to go and eat out that night. But that was how we met. It was quite interesting. And then I didn't see her for a while, so that was it. What do you like most, least about your fellow Monkees? What do I? Well, you know, it's really interesting because we are getting along a lot better than we ever did. We're spending a lot more time together. In the old days, we used to go and make the show. We'd film it, and then we'd all go home to our little mansions and our little houses, and we'd be on our little thrones at home, you know, holding all our friends captive, you know, with all our stories and our funnies. But now, because we've got a lot more in common, you know, we've all been married, we've all been divorced. We've all got children. We've got more things to talk about. We appreciate each other's company. We're having a chance now to where we weren't able to do a gathering and be in company with friends and people that support us because the studios kept us away from that. We did very few interviews. We were always told that we were kept away from the press because they would only say nasty things about us. Occasionally we did things, but now we have a lot more freedom. Obviously, there are a lot of things that we are committed to that we have to do, and I think we have now a bigger commitment to each other. I actually spoke to Mike Nesmith this morning. And I asked him, he said there's interest in a movie, there's interest in doing a television movie and also a feature movie, and would he be interested? And he said, yeah, I would. So who knows? I think the thing is, you've got to get these people going. I mean, the idea, it's a great idea, you know. I don't think a lot of the people that hire people and producers and script writers, they don't know that these kind of things are going on. And so the idea would be if we do a lot of mouthing off, a lot of talking. If everybody gives the same sort of energy as you've all done over the years and supported us, they can't help but recognize that there is an interest there and a support. I mean, we're all, hey, we don't trash hotel rooms anymore. We don't do anything like that. We hire people to do it, you know, so. Do you think that today's fans are more excited about the Monkees than yesterday's fans? I don't know. I look around at the concert, I look around at the convention. I'm sure there's people that have supported us over the years, and there are also people that are new. I mean, I've had people come up to me and say, I'm not a new fan, you know. I'm not an MTV fan. But I think the thing would be, that's great too. I think we're all in it together, you know. We are all responsible, and I think we can all have fun, and all we want to do is entertain, obviously, and with your support we can keep doing it. Who knows? I don't understand that one either. Let me see. Since you didn't get to sing on Friday at the concert, would you please sing a little bit of I Love You This Year? Yeah, thanks. That's a good. I like that song. Yeah, hopefully it'll be on my album. I Love You Forever, and I mean it. Okay. What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you during the series? Well, when I was doing the series, you know those guys are all 6 foot tall, and we had a pretty much a basic. It was a closed set, and the most embarrassing thing was when they always used to say, when we had guests on the set, they used to say, "A man maker for Davy," and that was a little box that they used to have to stand on, you know, so that they could do a 4-shot, you know. But then I decided I wasn't going to have any of that because I was embarrassed. So I got these shoes, these boots, and I had about 4-inch lifts in them, you know what I mean? And I always used to walk around like this. That's all I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Just like cat, okay, you dirty rag. So it was sort of like that. But the thing was, it was one of those things that sort of grabbed hold of you. And I had a Christmas list or a New Year's resolution list of things I was going to give up, you know. I wasn't going to drink so much beer, you know. I wasn't going to smoke too much funny stuff, you know. I was going to try to give up my lifts. Can you believe that? I mean, it became such an obsession with me, the lifts, that if the phone rang, I put my shoes on, you know, to answer the phone. Oh my God, yes. The doorbell rang, I'd get my shoes, my carpet slippers had lifts in them, you know, it was a joke. And then finally I got into it, I thought, what am I doing this? Because I was so short, most of my girlfriends didn't know whether to walk me home or dribble me home, you know? But that's another story, who knows? What did you think about the episode on the Brady Bunch? Fabulous. How do you personally feel about becoming a teenage heartthrob again? It'd be a great idea. What do you treasure the most in your life? There's loads of things, you know. I said to Anita the other day, you know, next to my horses, I love you the most. She was not impressed. No. I treasure a lot of things. Obviously, I treasure our friendship and my family's support and lots of things. There's lots of things that make up my day, and there's not a day goes by that I'm not reminded and I don't think about. I think as a celebrity, because that's what I am, you know, a personality, I have a responsibility. And all the way through my career, all my life, I've thought about things. I mean, I've never got into heavy drugs. I've never got into too much of anything. I try to go along with the party and have as much fun as I can, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I've got relatives and I've got people that support me, and I feel like I have a responsibility to them. So I try to keep my nose clean, and I try to enjoy my life as much as I can and share as much as I can. I think sharing to me is the most important thing, and given the opportunity is since I've become a Monkee, and people know us all over the world. 38 countries the Monkees went to. I mean, we go to Japan, we go to Australia, we go to New Zealand. We haven't been there yet, but I hope to. We go to England. I mean, all over Europe, the Monkees are known. So I've got loads of friends and loads of good wishes coming from all over the place. Have you tried reading Mike and Frank? I don't know what that means. Just figured out you're not too short, I'm too tall. Okay, all right. From Rodney Pinkenheimer. All right. Were you good friends with the Beatles? And who were you best friends with? John, George, Paul, or Ringo? I met the guys. I went to a couple of their sessions. They wanted my advice about a few songs, you know. I just went there. Yeah, I've met them, and yeah, they're nice guys, you know. And they were in support of us in the early days. You know, there was always this thing about Monkees against the Beatles. They were musicians, you know, who tried their hand at movies and television, things like that. I mean, basically, we were 2 actors and 2 musicians who became 4 actors and 4 musicians. And basically, we were a TV show. We were about a rock and roll band, you know. They were a rock and roll band. But mind you, I did, in a Japanese concert years ago, in '68, we were on the stage then, we were playing away, and there was only ever 4 of us playing on that stage, and we did all the tunes. For an hour we played. And I'm not saying we were great. In fact, when we played the national anthem, people from every country stood up. So, I mean, it was a bit touch and go from time to time. Actually, I went over to Peter one day and I said, hey, I said, when we were playing on the stage in Japan, and it sounded pretty good, I said, hey, we ought to put a band together. And Peter looked at me and he laughed. And I think we are. I mean, when we do get together and we do play, it sounds something like a band. And so we enjoy touring. Hopefully next year we can tour again. And maybe Nishwash. In fact, I read... maybe he'll join. I think Paul McCartney's be on the road soon, so you should give him your support also. We did that, the old Monkees, the new Monkees. What are your sisters doing? Well, they're probably sleeping about this time, yes. It's 12:30 in England. My sisters, one sister, Linda, she's a veterinary assistant. And Beryl, my middle sister, she has a little sports shop in Manchester, and I go and raid it every once in a while. And then I have and my eldest sister, she's a teacher. She goes from school to school and helps with different classes and things like that. They're all doing well, and sometimes on the weekend, on a Saturday morning, I go to the mail and I find a £10 note in it from one of my sisters saying, have a drink on me this weekend. So we're all very close, and they still treat me like their little brother, which I don't mind at all. Was it your idea to record the Turtles song, It Ain't Me, Babe, on your first 96.5 record? I recorded that song because I talked to I was going out with a girl at the time, and she said, I want you to sing It Ain't Me, Babe, so I sang it, because I can't say no, you know? So that was that. What is your fondest Monkee memory? You know, we were just touring. I got loads of happy memories with the Monkees, but there was this, I have this yellow, one of the suits that I have that I wear on stage is a yellow suit. And actually, it comes from this shop called Parachute, and they've been very kind to give us all these clothes to wear on the stage. And this girl, as I was getting out of the car to get into the hotel one night, grabbed the coat and went running off, you know. And so one of the guys went after her and got the coat and said because she'd given it him back, she'd get an autograph. He came up to the room, and I remember I said, listen, if she was that nice, I said, and I took the suit off and I put it on a hanger, the whole thing, and he took it to her and gave her this suit of mine, you know. So that was a good feeling to give something like that. You know, Okay, I don't know what that... Oh, when you were hitting the high Cs, you sang an acoustic song. What's the name and where can we get it? I don't remember, unless it was Rio, Rio, Sheila, da, 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 da. In this show, why do you sleep with your shoes on? Because I want to die with my boots on. I don't know. That's a different one. Did you really portray Jesus Christ in a play? Do you duck imitation? Yeah, I did play. It was a fabulous part. It's a very, you know, there's not too many parts around for a young leading man. So, you know, really, the way I feel, I mean, I'd love to do some acting. I'd love to be in a movie, you know. We did head the movie Head. I know it was an interesting movie. It's just that at the time, the people that supported us couldn't get in to see it because it was an R-rated or one of those rated movies. It was a movie that, I don't know whether it, you know, you get from the titles that it was written by the producers and, I don't know, some unknown actor, what's his name, Jack Nicholson? But actually, Mike, Peter, Micky and myself did contribute an awful lot of that script. We weren't credited for it, but we did contribute quite an awful lot of that script. But that was the style in those days. You know, we were supposed to be guys that were sort of wound up and put into a position, and we just did what we were told. There was a lot of energy, a lot of collaboration from the makeup to Gene Ashman in the wardrobe to Marilyn Schlossberg, La Salandra, from the people on the set, you know, from like Winton Teal, the guy that came out and did our sound and lights and things on the road. There was so many people put a lot of energy into making the Monkees a success, you know. And then again, it's happened again where all over the years that radio stations have been made as golden oldies but goodies. I'm a Believer, Daydream Believer, Stepping Stone. So, and then again, you know, you've got the television stations across the country that have rerun the Monkees and rerun the Monkees, and then you've got MTV who have contributed an awful lot. MTV did in 40 hours what we took us 2 years to do, you know, which was fabulous. And then you've got the people that are supporting now, old and new fans. You know, there's so many things that make a thing a success, and as long as it's there, as Micky always says, we're not going to slog it dead, and we never did before. We ended up on top. We just all took a powder and walked off and rested for a couple of years, hopefully. I hate to pose. Micky will be going to make an album, new songs. Are you, Micky and Peter, going to... I hope we do, yeah. There's been an album out with 3 new tracks on it. It's helped sell the album. I think it's now time for all of us to go into the studio and make a proper album, you know? Enough of this Arista Records cashing in on our good... I must add, they haven't lent one ounce of support on this tour. I mean, they haven't given us one dime, they haven't done anything. It's been David Fishoff Productions who have made the Monkees what they are and put them back on the scene.
Okay, I want to bring out a few friends of Davy's that he hasn't seen in a while. We have Monty Landis is here.
Wow. Fabulous. You remember Monty Landis? Fabulous. A fellow Englishman.
27 years?
Oh my God, it doesn't seem like it.
An Englishman, a Scotsman.
Oh, right there, Jimmy. It's fabulous. Yeah, my goodness, a Scotsman. Hey, you know, you remember Monty, because he played about 10 different parts on our show.
It's very exciting to be remembered like this, but I mean, I'm remembered because what they did was so marvelous. And just to say a few things about Davy and the rest of them, you know, what they did was they weren't trying to be popular, they weren't trying to be successful. What they were doing was making a wonderful, marvelous, fabulous show. So what they were trying to do was to do something of quality. They weren't trying to be recognized. They did, all of the people who were involved in that were very talented people, and not only that, was very well done, and everybody gave it everything they've got. So sometimes you don't get recognized right away, but as the circle comes round again and something of quality happens, then this is what happens. A tremendous revival for the Monkees. And they really deserve it. Because there's nothing really as exciting going on today as what they gave us. And everybody is so happy. All the people that were involved with it now, and the people who weren't involved with it now, they're so happy that it's happening now. It's such a great experience that something that is so great is not lost entirely. So here it comes back better than ever.
Whoa! Follow that! My goodness. I think you read my mind on that one. All right.
We've got a few other people. I'd like to bring out Dave Evans, who wrote 7 of the most wonderful episodes. Dave Evans.
Dave Evans, my goodness, this man is crazy, okay? The stuff that he was way ahead of his time. There was loads of people, loads of great writers. I'm saying all these different people. Dave Evans, fantastic. Thanks very much.
It's just great to see you, Davey. Hey, thanks. It's wonderful to be here.
Dave Evans. Fabulous.
We have a few more people. We've got Gene Ashman, who was responsible for all the clothes on the Monkee shows and the movie. We have Brendan Cahill, who was the tour manager on the 1968 tour. Brendan?
All right, Brendan Cahill. Fabulous. All right, here he is. All right. Marilyn Schlossberg, Marilyn Lassalandra. Where is she? How you doing? Oh, we have, who else? We've got David Pearl here. Stay here. All right. He's somewhere here. All right.
David Price, but we've got Carol Price, if you can come up here. That's David's husband, wife.
Well, you know, it's Hollywood, you know. All right, Marilyn, come up here. David Pearl, fabulous. David used to look after me. He used to get all the girls. Oh, that was it. Oh, Marilyn. Fabulous. Marilyn kept us all together, all right? There was this production team, but Marilyn was the girl that took all the calls. She heard all the sob stories. We all used to go cry on her shoulder, and now you can see why. And, no, hey, she's a nice lady. She always had her ears on. No matter what, she'd always take our calls, and that was fabulous.
Jerry Shepard's here.
Yeah, Jerry Shepard here. He did a lot of editing and stuff for us. Jerry Shepard. He made us look good. All right. Winton Teal, where is he? He used to handle... Mr. Teal. Mr. Teal, we call him. There he is. He's back there. Hey, listen, you know, have we got anybody else?
Well, we had Carl Valentine and Seal Cabot, but I don't think they're here anymore.
Okay, well, what about Jesse Jones and Talia Jones? Come up here. Do as your dad tells you. Oh, come on up. This is Jesse Jones. Talia, come on here. Please. They'll only do it if you... Come on, this is Talia. She's been taking growing pills or something like that. This is Talia. Little Talia. That's it. Where's Sarah? Sarah? Come on, Sarah. All right. Come on. What about... come on, Sarah. Here she comes. What about Anita and Linda? Come on up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. There they are. Anita, come on. Here they come, holding hands. Oh. Here they are. Yeah. Oh. Oh, fabulous. Look at that. Oh, I like it. There they are. Fabulous. I'd like to say on behalf of everybody, thanks for supporting us and making us important. And I thank you all. I hope you'll all come to see the show if you haven't seen it already. And if you can't get in, just ask for me, all right?
We got one other person who has given us some of the most wonderful photos of the Monkees. Henry Diltz.
Hey, all right. And Jan, come up here. Jan Perry once again, all right. Hey, listen. All right. Oh, it's Henry's birthday today. Oh, fabulous. Oh, yesterday. My, you don't look 28 years old, I'll tell you. I'm going to go off because I'm going to go off to rehearse with this person now. So, I'll put that over to it. I'll give you back to Gary and thank all my friends, and we're going to have a little natter. See you all again. Bye-bye.
So much for coming. Oh, Rodney Bingenheimer, who's responsible for the Monkees' comeback in Los Angeles. Let's hear it for Rodney. And if I forgot anybody else, we had some other wonderful people here. We'll get these gifts to them. Take over. Thank you, David.
How about a hand for Gary Strobel, who put this convention together, the celebrity convention. Definitely, Gary Strobel. Anyway, I'd like to thank Davy Jones for coming around. Stick around, you can stay here. And there'll be some booths down on the second floor. You can buy, some Monkey souvenirs and a lot of different things. And don't forget, tonight at 8 o'clock, if you're not doing anything, if you happen to miss the show, my show, I'll be playing Monkees from A to Z. I want very many of you people know that, since Henry Diltz is here, that he's the guy who sings my theme song, This Could Be the Night, which I've been playing at 8 o'clock on my show. He's the lead singer on that.